kept myself busy. I basically cleaned up the top of the pistons and the top of the block, you know, so when we put a new gasket on, it's going to be nice. I've also put on a new water pump, and I put on a new cam belt and a tensioner. Okay, so let's go to the head. I've gotten the head back from the engineers. In actual fact, I didn't get the head back. They condemned the original head, and we had to go and find another head. Okay, and then I had to give it to them, and then they had to grind the valves in, pressure test, and make sure that the head was good to go. Alright, so that head, all the valves were done, you know, grounding, new valve stem seals. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be fitting this head, but before we fit the head, we have to put on the flanges, 2 water flanges. As you know, I struggled to take them off because of the bolts that were ruined. And then of course, I think the easiest thing to do, or the right way to do this, is to do the manifolds first. Because I don't want to go and you know, turn the head around and those you know, we got new flanges and those flanges gets damaged. I don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and put on the intake manifold first. Oh, the exhaust manifold first. So you will actually notice, you know, on this head, you will notice that this is not center. And you see that. It's that line doesn't run center, it runs off center. So you have to basically be sure that when you put these gaskets on one by one, that they don't obstruct the holes in any way. Okay? So that one's on correctly. That one's on correctly. I'm going to put one on the wrong way so you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see that? Okay? Can you see that? It's not centering. Okay, you see? Not centering. So if you turn it around like that, and then it centers. Alright. So just make 100% sure that you do it the right way. Okay, so with us having our exhaust on, our exhaust gaskets on, we can now bring our exhaust manifold. Okay, that's done. Now we'll get the intake manifold. Okay, so here we have that rubber that I was talking about. Okay, and the intake manifold will basically have that. So that rubber clips in there nicely like that. Okay, and then we'll fit this intake manifold there. You see, we'll see that the rubber will now seal that unit off because that's a water jacket. Then we've got 4 sets of 2 different lengths of bolts. Okay, the normal ones comes on the outside. Okay, it's a 6mm Allen key. So as usual, if we're going to put multiple bolts in, we're going to be, yeah, well, it would be a good idea if I put the gasket in, eh? Alright, don't forget the gasket. We don't need to use any sealant here. Okay, we just put the gasket in like that. Right, now we're doing it the right way. So we'll just thread it, you know. As you know, when we do multiple bolts on one item, we normally make sure we thread them all before we start tightening them up. So I've got the bolts all threaded now, okay, with an extension on it here, so we can now just tighten this lot up. Okay, all 6 of them, nice and tight. So now we're going to be putting on those 2 flanges. Well, so we're going to put on the back one first. It's quite simple. Nice and tight. You can see the line squeezing out between the flange and the head. And you know you've got a good seal there. Right. So let's go and put this header. I just need to show you that the gasket is put on the right way around. You can see all the holes are lining up, you know, in the block with the gasket. Now the only other way that you can put this thing on is wrong. Okay, because you see the dowels here? Those dowels, it will fit the other way around as well, but you will distinctly see that the holes do not line up. And you see, certain holes do not line up. So make sure of that, because I have seen many a guy fit this gasket the wrong way around. Okay, and they only realize it when they try and start the car. Alright, make sure, you know, you see all the holes are lining up nicely. Okay, all the holes are lining up nicely. Now we just got to plonk the head down and get 1 or 2 bolts to anchor and tighten the head up. So we've got a new set of bolts, and guys, don't screw around with this, because these are stretch bolts. Okay, you're going to torque it 60, at least 40 Newton meters, 60 Newton meters, and then you're gonna stretch it 90 degrees, and then another 90 degrees. Okay, so don't mess around. Okay, don't mess around. Replace your bolts. Okay, so I'm putting 2 here, so it's easy to access once I got the head, because it's not easy that, you know, to get the head on properly and to line it up. It's a bit of a struggle, but anyway, here goes. Okay, so we make sure the gasket is in the right position, and we make sure it's top dead center. Okay, on the crankshaft. So you need to take a good grip on it, get it over the pipes here. Over the pipes. Fortunately, we do have that. Studs or dowels down there that's keeping the gasket from shifting. Okay, so we just thread it. We threaded this one. Yeah, it looks like we've got it threaded. I just need to get it a little down, no, not too much. Okay, I don't want to tighten anything. Just against and up again. Okay, we will take 1 more, we'll put it in there. You know, we keep that rocking motion going there so that we can get all the gas, get the bolts in nicely. Okay. 40 Newton meters. Right, let's do the 60. Basically 90 degrees, okay. Now 90 degrees, you wouldn't need a gauge or anything, you just go from there to there, because that is 90 degrees, okay. So get your feeler gauge and get your thing in nicely there, okay. And then you pull it from there, like that, 90, okay. Now we mark it with a piece of chalk, and we go to number 2. 90 degrees, I might have to get a longer extension here. That is number 2. Now remember, if you forget, you know you've got your chalk mark. Okay, so the last 90 degree stretch. Remember now that we do have chalk marks. Okay, so I take a rag now, and whenever I torque one, I wipe the mark away. So in so doing, we'll know which ones we've stretched for the second time. Okay, you don't need to use a torque wrench here, you can use a power bar as well. Okay, so that is stretch number 2. Immediately go and wipe that marks. And lastly, we have number 10. Here we go. All filled up. Now we have to hook up the exhaust manifold, which is 6 volts. First I'm going to do the cam belt. So we've got firing on number 1, okay, it's rocking on number 4. We've got top dead center. We need to get the distributor facing number 1, okay, because we are timing this car on number 1 cylinder, okay, to fire on number 1. So we have to know where number 1 is. The easiest way to do that is to just put the cap on loosely, okay, find number 1 spark plug. Find number 1 spark plug, which is the longest one, which will be that one, okay, over there. So now we'll make, well, it is actually on number 1 there, okay, we'll just make 100% sure. You can turn the wheel inside here, okay, and turn the wheel onto the correct before you actually get the gear. So whatever size the tensioner stud is, I'll take 2 bolts that will fit that thread, okay, I'll turn them on and lock the 2 bolts to each other, okay. In so doing, we can actually remove the stud and then fit the tensioner with the stud together, you know, so that we can because this tensioner now won't go through because of the bottom cover, you see. I forgot about that. Normally you know, before you put the bottom cover on, you got the tensioner on, you see. But in this case, okay, so now we'll just turn that stud out, simple as that. Okay, with the engine timed and the tensioner set, we'll lock up the tensioner nice and tight. Okay, make sure it won't come loose. And then we'll basically turn the engine. We'll turn the engine 2 revolutions clockwise. Okay, so that we can check the timing marks again. Right, so I finally have running now. I had a hard time, you know, the distributor is seized up. I can't adjust it. So I had to take the cam belt off again and just advance the gear that controls the distributor, just to advance the timing of it. Okay, so we've got it going. It's running nice and smoothly. I'm just busy checking for leaks, you know, water leaks and so on, because that's after all what the car came in for, was a blown gasket due to water leaking. And I've got antifreeze in there. I put in at least 6 liters of antifreeze here, because this thing hasn't had antifreeze in for a while, you know. So that's it, job well done.